Hey everybody, Steve here with InlineSkatesFun.com, and just wanted to talk a little bit about uneven surfaces and safety gear. So before I put on my skates, I put on my helmet, I put on some sunscreen, and put on some UV sunglasses. Makes the stress less, on a sunny day. I got on a white t-shirt so I don't get ridiculously hot. And I got on my gloves, my wrist protector, guards, elbow guards, and knee guards. And I'm on an uneven, older asphalt parking lot surface that's got gravel. So this is definitely not the surface to get started with inline skates. This is like, I think, day 5 for me, and I've skated quite a bit. I've gone across, the visually impaired alert grids that are at crosswalks. They're known as cheese graters amongst some skaters. And the best thing you can do on uneven surfaces is to bend your knees, bend down like that. And that lowers your center of gravity a lot, so you're not top heavy. And when you hit bumps or pebbles, or the bumps like in the cheese grater, or like this uneven asphalt, this older uneven asphalt, it'll enable you to absorb those bumps and stay upright while your feet are bouncing across the bumps. So I really hate being on this kind of a surface. As crazy as it might seem, the best thing to do is just to kind of move forward. If you just can't do that, you can bend your knees. That's the most critical thing. Bend your knees. And hanging onto the vehicle is kind of like a crutch that it'll help you from maybe busting your ass. But and they do make padded, like, hip pads. If you're concerned about falling and breaking your hip if you're older, they do make padded hip pads. They're like $70 or $80, the ones I've seen so far. Not all stores carry them. You can find them online, the hip pads, which if you're older, that might be a great idea. If you're concerned, if you have trouble with balance, you're concerned about falling and breaking your hip, that can be catastrophic to some people. I know that's what took my dad's life. So he fell at like 78, and I'm sure he wasn't rollerblading. He just tripped on something, or who knows what he was doing, but they did a hip replacement surgery on him, and he never left the hospital. He passed away from that. So I do not want you to break your hips, on surfaces that cause you to lose your balance. So to prevent from losing your balance, learn to bend your knees. And that's going to burn at first, because rollerblades will show you right away how weak you are in the leg department. If you're not used to like walking on an incline, or lifting weights, or just doing things that cause you to be in a bent leg or knee position a lot. Rollerblades require that, especially to maintain your sense of balance, control. You see some people that are skating like totally upright. Maybe they were former hockey skaters or something, like the stuttering skater, and they just have tremendous leg strength and balance. They've been doing it for thousands of hours, and they make it look easy. So don't expect to have that same sense of balance and strength when you first start inline skating. Like right now, I'm just taking baby steps, because I've never been on a surface that's as rough and pebbly as this. I've gone through some little bit of very shallow sand at a crosswalk, and that really slows you down super quick, as insignificant as that might seem. A little bit of sand, like we're talking like 1/4 inch deep, will dramatically affect the rolling speed of your inline skates. And then these rough surfaces, like old asphalt, that really messes with your sense of balance because it's not a smooth, consistent roll like on nice concrete or very well laid pavers. I'm trying to make it across this super rough asphalt just to give you an example of how uncomfortable you might be when you're first starting out with inline skates. And when you've been rollerblading for about half an hour, then you got your speed up and you go across some various kinds of rougher surfaces, and it goes a little smoother because you've already got that momentum going, and that helps a lot. When you're trying to start out on super rough surfaces, it really messes with your head, like your sense of balance, because you're not moving, and so you're a lot more shaky when you're going across those super bumpy surfaces real slow. The slow thing is what makes you unstable, really. It may be counterintuitive, but it's just like kite flying. A moving kite is way more stable than a kite that's just sitting there in the air. You learn that if you get into kite surfing. They tell you to keep the kite at the 10 o'clock and the 2 o'clock positions, 10 and 2, because the kite's a lot more stable there for some reason than, say, straight up 12 o'clock. And you don't really understand it until you do it. But moving a kite, like say back and forth in the air between 10 and 2 is even more stable because you're creating wind speed by moving the kite. It's called acceleration when kites turn. So with roller blading, moving and feeling the blades like interact with the surface gives you another level of stability versus just trying to stand upright. Standing upright actually burns. See how I bent my legs? I bent my legs, and now I'm on another uneven, rough asphalt surface that if I'm not moving fast enough, it trips me up like that. So that really sucks. I'm trying to make it over here to the Pinellas Trail, and this is a totally new environment for me, and every time I get on these, I'm very uncomfortable at first. So even though I got all my safety gear on and I've rollerbladed for hours in a familiar environment, I'm not familiar with this environment, so it's another environment. And the skates make my feet tired, so I'm just going through a strengthening process. You gotta put in the time. Let's see here. I don't even know how to get on this. What do they call it? I gotta look for a sign or something. I've never been here before, so it's above me. I don't know how to get on it. I got a sign there. I don't know if you go down there. I have no idea. We're on Ulmerton. I'm not even sure what town this is. I don't want to go across those cheese graters right now early in the day, so I'm going to walk in the grass where I know maybe there's a parking lot here I was completely unaware of for the trail. I guess I go down there. I'm not really sure. That asphalt right there looks a lot smoother than this older asphalt, so we'll get some confidence built up here on a little smoother surface. There we go. So it's just like, pretty much just like ice skates. Somebody who skates on ice might argue with that, but I vaguely remember ice skating back in the day. Years ago, I tried it a few times, and it wasn't so bad. And these are super similar to ice skates, but I think maybe these might be just a tad more, at first for somebody, a tad more unstable because you have rolling wheels. under your feet instead of just solid blades, like sharpened ice skates. So similar, but not exactly the same. I would be fairly safe to say similar, but not the same. And they say avoid like leaning your ankles in if you have weak ankles. Try to force yourself to be on top of the rollers instead of it makes your ankles tired. This is refreshing once you get going and you get beyond the gearing up mode, and you get out, start rolling, get your confidence up a little bit. Don't get overconfident, but start feeling some sense of control, balance. I went down some streets yesterday, and I got tired. I mean, I just got in an environment I was not familiar with at that point, and so I wouldn't go that way because I'm not familiar with that. I think I'm going to go this way. I'm not going to try to go up a super steep hill until I get some more road time in. But I thought it would come to here. Somebody mentioned this, and I thought, heck yeah, let's this is the Pinellas Trail. And to slow down, practice going left and right. So it feels sort of like, what's the best way for me to describe it? Slippery? Yeah, that's the word I was looking for, slippery. But there is an element of grip, especially with the, I call them like beginner wheels. These are 82 hardness, and I have 85s on order in the luminous wheels. So they'll be lighted 84 millimeter, so a little faster rolling wheel and a little bit harder wheel. So that'll be nice. I mean, I find myself kind of struggling to go sometimes as fast as I would prefer to be going, but then again, I still need to get much more experienced at stopping. Hey puppy, the puppy in the trailer. This is a great environment. More of the wheel crowd versus the pedestrian crowd. There's a great video by the stuttering skater on about 3 ways to stop. One that he said is sometimes referred to as a drag stop is known as a T-stop, and that's good in slower situations, but it can, if you don't alternate, learn how to do it on both feet, it can wear down your skates unevenly. And the other method he used was, the turning that I just mentioned. That was the first thing he mentioned. Turning side to side to drop speed. Now that looks like, here's some uneven, bumpy. I can feel my legs getting, a workout each time. This is definitely something you need to do on at least every other day at a minimum, to build up your leg strength and your just comfort level, your sense of balance and confidence. One guy asked me, how do you get going? Well, you push like you do with an ice skate. You can watch the stuttering skater. He's pretty much an expert at it. Olympians have trouble keeping up with him, even backwards. He's an amazing skater backwards because he had a lot of time in the hockey world where they skate backwards. You'll notice him when he's skating backwards, he's got his knees bent, like considerably. That's the key to building power and maintaining balance. Okay. Cheese graters, that's not that bad. You just got to have some momentum, decent momentum. You don't have to be going crazy fast or anything, but bend your knees when you go across cheese graters and have some momentum going so it doesn't actually stop you and trip you up. And having a couple of different pairs of skates to switch up with has been mentioned by some very experienced skaters, so they give their feet a break from different boot environments. Some boots are going to be more comfortable for you than others. I've already got my eyes on a couple of different options because this is definitely something I want to get better at. I really enjoy doing this in general. I can see I would really enjoy it as I get stronger and more confident, more experienced. I remember walking on the treadmill every day, like 30 or 45 minutes. Oh, I forgot my whistle.
You're gonna turn left.
I'm gonna take a break. My lower back is screaming. There we go. So I remember, I don't know how many months I spent walking on the treadmill every morning, about 30 or 40 minutes. And at first it was a chore. I remember it was a chore. And my heart rate would get up doing very little. And then over time I got to the point to where I was comfortably jogging on full incline. Here goes a kitty. Meow. Super kitty. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, but I just got tired of the same old, same old. It was very boring over time, walking on the treadmill, listening to the same music. Today I'm not even listening to music. I came out here to talk to you. And the weather's really nice. I'm not overly hot in the shade. It's real nice. And got on some sunscreen. Had a breakfast, had the coffee. Yeah, good night's sleep. And right now my feet are burning like the arches. And I just got something, oh there we go, a little twig or something in between my wheels and the blade. But yeah, I decided to start a website to, help people get properly introduced to inline skates. I noticed a lot of people don't do that here in general. Like when I go to the parks, it's rare that I see somebody on inline skates, and you have people with newbie questions like similar to what I had. I was just encouraged to consider inline skates for a way to learn how to kite surf, like pulling oneself with a small power kite on inline skates. But the inline skates in and of themselves is a learning curve. So getting quite a bit of time on inline skates makes sense before you try pulling yourself with a power kite. The other option was to use a mountain skateboard, but I don't know, the mountain skateboard thing, yeah, it probably works fine, but the one I have is a little bit flimsy. I've used it a little bit, and I'll probably use it some more just as an alternative. But I really like the inline skate concept because once you get comfortable with it, man, you can really do some speed, like get up to some good speeds. And like with the 110 millimeter tri-wheel setup, that's what the speed skaters are typically using. I was actually passed in the past, like in 2011. Somebody passed me, and I was booking along on the Greenway in Minneapolis. I was in incredible shape. I had ridden over 2,000 miles at that point for the year, and like 1,800 of it was training for a fitness transformation challenge. I was down to like 170. I was inhaling like a pint of Ben & Jerry's every time I turned around. I could just burn calories like a machine. And I was on the greenway, like flat terrain, like what we're looking at here, even flatter, long stretch. And I was just booking, cruising, pulling my Burley Nomad, like canvas covered two-wheel bicycle trailer behind my 10-speed. And a guy on speed skates passed me. I could hear him gaining. He didn't pass me real fast, but he just kept making progress, you know, getting closer and closer to me. And I thought, this is incredible. Somebody on skates is passing me, and I'm riding as hard as I can ride on flat surface, on Continental gator skins. You know, my bike was in good shape, well lubed and nice tires, and I was used to riding that bike a lot that year, like 2,000 miles already for the year. Hello. And he passed me. It was quite the deal. I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. And I just kind of forgot about it. And then now I got into rollerblades here, and I saw it brought back the memories of those tri-skates, the speed skates. And I was like, okay, now a bigger wheel. It's going to go over bumps. And theoretically, I mean, that's my first impression, is the bigger wheels would go over objects a little easier than a smaller wheel. It's going to roll faster. Of course, you don't want to be on super fast rolling wheels until you know how to skate. This is pretty comfortable. Like if you just got out here and did this, like modest ice skating kind of moves, I think this is a runner's path here. Probably could have stayed on the bike path. Oh well, I'm making it. It beats the hell out of smoking too. I see so many people smoking. It's like, that is not the way to relieve stress or relax. This is the way to relieve stress and relax. Get out here and build your strength, your freedom. I got that Hot Shot Secret FR3 oil on these bearings, and man, they're so smooth. Super smooth. And for all you guys in England, we drive on the right side of the road. Instead of the wrong side. No, I'm just teasing. This is pretty smooth out here. Here, I'll give you the other view. And I got my wireless mic set up so you can still hear me. How's that for an interesting view? Lots of shade on this trail. That's really kind of cool. Little break from the direct sun. Some berries here, mulberries or something. It's kind of like mini blueberries, but I know they came off a tree. I thought mulberries are more like little miniature blackberries. It's been a while since I've seen a mulberry. This is a nice place to learn. Not so many people. A little more like direct line, you know, a little more relaxing than the park. Pinellas Trail. So yeah, check out the website. you might have found this video through the website, but if you haven't been to my website, it's inlineskatesfun.com, and I also have albatrosskites.com if you're interested in kiting, having fun with kites. Oh, we're coming into Largo. Largo! Beep beep. No bench to sit on. You cannot take a break. Keep moving. All passengers, keep moving. Fred E. Marquis Pinellas Trail. I think that said 2000, so it's been here 24 years. If I read that right. About the same smoothness. I just bumped into something there with my right foot. Kind of slightly trips you up. That's why you got knee pads on. Knee pads, wrist guards. Wrist guards supposedly are the wrist injuries are the most common injuries in skating injuries. Of course, you don't want to fall over backwards and whack your head. No bueno. Not good. Okay, so here's some water. Let's see if we got water here. Water. Oh, my feet. It's a combination of burning. Your insteps or your arches kind of can have a tendency to burn. And my lower back. Lower back's a big one. I'm really glad I got into this because I wanted something to do that wasn't boring. Hey, it works. It's nice to be in a state that takes pride in their recreational amenities. Much healthier in a poor state. It gets old living around poor, ignorant communities. Let's go back. I think that's going to be about it. I'm going to make the trek back. You can cover a lot of ground on these, and I'm a newbie.
Have a seat. Have a good day.
You too. Enjoy. Hey, there's some polite people. They thought of the bell. I bought the whistle and I forgot to put it on today. Oh well. It's part of getting into something new. You forget. What was I thinking about this morning that was new? Oh, I was working on the website, so kind of took up my mental energy. Bought the domain name, put the first couple of pages up.